So we've been talking about SSR for English teachers, sustained silent reading, also known as drop everything and read, DEAR. And you're asking about how to do it well daily. I don't know, because I'm a weekly person. Lots of teachers, lots of feedback came in that folks are doing this daily, probably like 10 minutes to start each class period. Kids come in, they get settled in, they open their books, they get going. I didn't like that just because as a reader myself, I felt like just as we're sort of settled in and things are getting good, it's time to close the books and get on to the lesson of the day. That felt wonky for me. And so I decided to use bell ringers to put a lot of the Common Core based skill builders, grammar, lit terms, definitions, vocabulary, those sorts of things into our starters to get kids focused right from the start. But then I took all those SSR minutes because my department was doing that. All the freshman level were doing 10 minutes at the beginning of each class period doing their independent reading. I took all those minutes and I flowed them into Fridays. So instead of daily SSR, it became SSR Friday. Next, you asked about funding a classroom library versus an on-campus full school library. I never had a classroom library, partly because of space, partly because of funding. There was never any funds in the budget for that. And we had a really robust library on my campus, so we just used the school library. And yes, any book in our school library, fair game for SSR. Fiction works better than nonfiction just because of the book talks that I do. But yeah, if it's in the school library, go for it. There were only 2 times in 20 years that I asked for students to bring me a parent note. One is because a freshman was reading Hunter S. Thompson, which is cool. I just want to make sure it was cool with mom and dad. Some fear and loathing happening there. And the parents were fine with it, so I'm fine with it. The other time was a young woman brought in 50 Shades of Grey. I wrote an email to the mom who was very embarrassed and said, no, she should not have that book at school. And so that took care of that. But yeah, if the parent green lights it, I'm cool. But if it's in our library, I don't even check with the parents. It's in the library. We're cool. And then there are definitely checks for the reading. Kids, teenagers, all of us, we need accountability. And so lots of teachers do lots of different things, book reports, speeches, dioramas, cereal boxes. There's all manner of stuff that you could build. Me, I just like to have a conversation with the kid about what they're reading. I call it a book talk, and I have some resources that are free. I'll put them up here, and there'll be a link that you can grab those if you want to take a look at how I run that show. And the last tidbit from yesterday, y'all saw my dog George. His namesake, George Milton from Of Mice and Men. George is the most loyal of friends. He'll never let you down. He's always there for you to do what needs to be done if you know him. Oh.